Today, we'll look at the famous GT 710 because of its ridiculous performance. It was first released in January 2016 with 192 shading units, base clock 954 MHz. The version I have is JOTEC 2GB DDR3 version clocked at 800 MHz with passive cooling. Unfortunately, you can still buy this piece of crap brand new from any reputable website or shop. I am going to run a few benchmarks of some popular games to determine whether it's worth it to buy GT 710 in 2020 or not. First game is Fortnite, running at 1080p with all low performance mode enabled. After jumping from the bus when it was loading the map, you can see it running in the lower 20s. As I got closer to the ground and landed, the FPS increased a lot, around twice the FPS I was getting before. And I got a kill. I know, it might be a bot, but nevertheless, it was a lot of fun. I just heard someone just outside the house. I think he's trying to break in. Let's go and kill him. Oh no, he's already here. Die. Another kill. Nice. Now we are going to check the FPS outside. It drops to the lower 30s. Wow, there is another enemy. And he has been served. Another one. Yeah, you want to die too? Come. The game runs smoothly with good enough FPS, but not that good if you want to be competitive. Next game is GTA 5, running at 720p, all normal settings, which is actually low settings for GTA. As you can see, most of the time the FPS remains around 30 FPS. Sometimes it falls to higher 20s, but nevertheless, it's enjoyable.
They got money and their freedom on the line.
I ain't gonna fuck this up, man.
Good. I got enough shit to worry about.
What you got to worry about?
I don't know. I ain't done any real work in years, so I'm giving half the take to guys who are supposed to be the best in the business.
All right, then it's all taken care of. You on top of shit.
Yeah, do I need to give 12% to a gunman, 14% to a driver, 15% to a hacker? And that's on top of all the other outlets.
Next is Metro Redux. The settings I am using is 720p with all low settings. Texture filtering set to 4x and all the other settings like motion blur, tessellation and v-sync turned off. Getting around 15 to 20 FPS, sometimes it went over cinematic 24 FPS, but that's not good enough. Need at least 30 FPS to enjoy the game smoothly, which you are not getting with this graphics card. Then I tried to run Watch Dogs. Yeah, the first one. Had no choice but to run at 800 by 600 resolution. And didn't need to mention, had to set all the other settings to low. Oh, I just mentioned that. Sorry, most of the time it stays around 30 FPS. But the lowest FPS was 25. Next, going to play Rocket League at 720p, obviously with high performance rendering quality. The average FPS was 38, but the problem is frame drops. For example, it was running over 50 FPS, but suddenly it dropped to 27 FPS. That makes the game not enjoyable. But that can be fixed with the FPS limiter from the game settings. Next, I tried to run Witcher 3. Yes, I know, Witcher 3 is a AAA game, but it was released a long time ago. And recently, I have started playing it again. And I have to say, I am enjoying it very much. Running at 1024 x 768 resolution, which is the lowest resolution available on the game menu. Setting all the options to low or disabled, let me run the game at 10 to 15 FPS. Next I ran SpellBreak. No wonder I had to use 720p and set all the options to low. Then I was able to get 40 FPS on average with the lowest 32 FPS. The game is enjoyable, but that didn't make me a better gamer. Then I tried to run PS2 games. Which game would be better than God of War 2, right? I used native PS2 resolution that got me 60 FPS, smooth gameplay. Awesome.
I will make you suffer.
Then I tried Devil May Cry 2. Got same kind of performance as God of War. The last game I am going to play today is Valorant. Running at 1080p with low preset and most of the extra settings disabled, the average FPS is 70 and 0.01% low was 48 FPS.
Dominating.
It was the best game that ran very smoothly on this graphics card. At last, all I can say, please don't buy this graphics card. I think it's a waste of money. For 6,000 taka, you can buy a second-hand graphics card which will perform far better than this, like GTX 750, and if you add 2,000 taka more, you can buy GTX 1050. So guys, that was all for today. See you in the next one.
Dominating.